Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jerry Cooey.
I'm Deborah Nelson.
And once again, you found Santa Rosa Week, Mediacom Channel 27, every Saturday, 4:30 to 5. Tell your friends and your neighbors. The only place you're going to get the real news in Santa Rosa County, apparently. Nobody else wants to talk about what we talk about. Maybe, Deborah, maybe we're just completely out of place, or either all other media is completely out of place. I really don't know.
They don't find it interesting.
Apparently not. I find it tremendously interesting, and also if you want to, if you don't have time to watch us at 4:30, you can catch all of our shows on YouTube. Just type in Santa Rosa Week. All the episodes are there for you to dissect. You can watch them in about 8 to 9 minutes each segment, and hope you enjoy it. Deborah, oaths are they're sacred to me. Our public officials,
especially oaths of office.
Oaths of office, it's a sacred thing to me. I think it's very important for citizens to serve the public. But when they serve the public, there's great responsibilities involved in that. And I got to thinking about it this week, and I contacted the very helpful Supervisor of Elections office. And hey, Joe, thanks for your help. The Constitution has a guideline for the oath of office and elected officials in the state of Florida. And,
is there a particular official that you were thinking about?
Well, no, I think just all of them need to really think about this, because at the time that they swear this oath, their left hand is on a Bible and their right hand is raised as an affirmation to God that they will follow this oath. And I want to read it to you. So. It simply starts out, Oath of Office, State of Florida, County of, fill in the blank. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, protect, and defend the Constitution and government of the United States and of the State of Florida, that I am duly qualified to hold office under the Constitution of the state, and that I will well and faithfully perform the duties of fill in the blank of the office. Okay?
Pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. And I just wanted to throw that out there, Deborah, because we get in these little side dirt roads, compliance this and Chapter 119 and on and on, and all the little games that we've played. The bottom line is every elected official in the state of Florida has sworn, including the governor, that they will defend and protect the Constitution and the laws of the state of Florida. And I just want to put that out there. I don't know. I think there may be one or two that comes to mind that might need to revisit that, watch the tape again, and make sure it was them that had their hand on the Bible. So. Just wanted to put that out there. Topic of discussion this week, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, the media did cover it a little bit. The ACLU lawsuit, Pace High School, been in the middle of it. And so, what are your thoughts there, Deborah?
Well, I think and the ACLU agrees with this. They came to the conclusion that was in keeping with the law, which is that they're going to organize something separate. If you have adults involved and religious officials involved, then you're free to organize something separate that happens outside of the school grounds, which is what they're going to do. They're going to organize their graduation ceremony outside of the school authority.
And I want to say, for the people that are watching this show that know me, look, I believe that the breakdown in our society began when we started pushing God out of everything, and when we push and push. I believe, and this has kind of moved me to take another stab at this. As I was telling you earlier, around 1998, I sent out 138 letters to 138 churches in Santa Rosa County. And I simply said, let's not get into an argument of doctrine, sprinkling, full immersion, the cross. Let's not get involved in all of that. Let's simply agree that prayer is important to folks, and it should be important to our kids. And well, I felt good. I went out to the mailbox and I put them all in there, and I got 4 responses back. And look, I'll tell you and the people that are watching the show, I'll take on any fight, but I'm not taking it on by myself. I've just learned, I've taken my lumps, and apparently this maybe has spurned some.
Well, the school board has already affirmed that there was no place for adults to be organizing the activities that they were organizing in school. The school board has already affirmed that that's the case, and they've moved it outside of school grounds, and everybody's happy.
Right, and look, and this is to the adults that have now awakened. This is just my message to you. Okay, the kids by law can do whatever they want to for the most part. They're free. As long as there's not an adult or a school administrator or a school teacher or some employee of the school district directing that, your kids can certainly ask and petition. They can say a prayer. Okay?
And they've always been able to do that. Nobody's prevented them from doing
right.
that.
And I'm gonna have to fuss you a little bit because as my example in '98, when I ask for some help, I get 4 responses out of 138 churches. Okay, that tells me it wasn't important to you at the time. Well, now it's important to you. One example that I have given a couple that I've said to a couple church people is, well, you didn't put in enough effort on the wet dry vote, so you lost that one. And you didn't put in enough effort to keep the liquor store from being by your church. When will you put out effort? Will you put out effort when they tell you that we're going to drag your Christian members out of church and start killing them for their beliefs? I mean, where's your line in the sand? I mean, the Supreme Court and ACLU went past my line a long time ago as far as prayer is concerned. I don't care. I've been to many sporting events, and the prayer is typically, bless these kids, keep them from harm, hope that they have good sportsmanship. Amen. Now, I understand, the Muslim child may come along. You know what I have to say to that? No problem. Here is the sign-in sheet. Signs up to give a prayer at the football game on Friday night. I'm going to respect that. I believe we should have religious freedom in the United States of America.
Do you think the rest of the PACE community is going to respect that?
I hope that they would. Because...
But do you think they would?
Well, that would be up for them to decide. The problem is
well, actually, no. It's written into the Constitution for that reason.
When you start slicing off a piece just for you, you always have to remember that same knife that sliced off a piece of for you can turn around and get you in a way that you don't want. Well, there has to be some tolerance.
That's exactly why there have been multiple rulings why they don't need this stuff in schools.
Right.
Is because the little bit of craziness that we've seen surrounding this. I mean, you can multiply that by 100 if you start letting this, that, and the other religion start getting in there and organize and